These are my pecan pie baked oats, a perfect breakfast meal prep to start your mornings this December, as despite tasting like dessert, they're high in protein, fibre and healthy fats. This is also the first episode of my new series, Healthy-ish Holidays, where I'm going to be sharing with you a bunch of delicious holiday recipes throughout December that all have a slightly healthier spin, but without sacrificing any flavour or decadence. So back to our oats. Thanksgiving may be over, but now pecan pie can live on in breakfast form. All you have to do is chuck all the ingredients into your baking dish, candy some pecans for a couple of minutes in maple syrup and bake for 35 minutes. So unbelievably good, and that is you sorted for 4 to 5 servings of grab and go breakfast for the rest of the week. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon for episode 2. A salmon Wellington, or as it's also known, salmon en croûte, is the easiest make-ahead centerpiece for your table during the holidays, and it's episode 2 of my series Healthy-ish Holidays. So we're going to start with the spinach filling, which to be honest is the only real cooking that this recipe requires. It sits on top of the salmon inside the pastry, and it's made super creamy with a mix of light cream cheese and parmesan, and finished with lots of herbs and black pepper. And once that is ready, it's already time to assemble. You'll need to get a good quality skinless salmon fillet, ready roll puff pastry and a bit of mustard. I made 2 of these for a party, so at this point wrap them up to bake later, and you could do the same, just put them in the fridge for up to a day until you're ready to bake. Then egg wash, bake for about 30 minutes and it is done. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon for episode 3. I have eaten a lot of biscotti in my time, but never have I made it myself until now. So episode 3 of Healthy-ish Holidays are my refined sugar-free cranberry, almond and dark chocolate biscotti, which are so fun to make. And if you're into giving edible gifts, these are the perfect bake to package up for your loved ones. You just mix everything together and sort of end up kneading it like a dough until you get a cohesive log shape. Then what makes biscotti so characteristic is that it gets baked twice. First in the log shape, and second after being cut up into fingers. They're crunchy, subtly sweet and simply unbelievable when dipped into tea or coffee. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon for episode 4. I love a full English breakfast as much as the next person, but if I'm cooking more than 2 at once, it's basically a stressful game of juggling pans on the hob, and that is not in the festive spirit. So for episode 4 of Healthy-ish Holidays, I'm bringing you this ultimate fuss-free and fully loaded shareable 1-tray breakfast. The best bit is that there's a layer of potato and onion at the bottom that basically bates into a giant hash brown, and on top of that you've got sausages, tomatoes, mushrooms, spinach, baked beans and a few eggs cracked over the lot. I finished off with some hunks of sourdough tucked around the edges, and that is everyone sorted. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon for episode 5. It's episode 5 and I am introducing you to a mince pie loaf.
That is mince pie in cake form.
It's a soft spice bake that has all the familiar deliciousness of a mince pie, but in sliceable form. Perfect for sharing or gifting, or keeping all to yourself. The process is really simple. You just cook down the apple and dried fruit mixture for about 10 minutes until everything's jammy and fragrant, then mix in the wet ingredients before folding through the dry. Once it's baked, it will come out golden and fluffy, and then I like to finish it off with an orange yogurt glaze. Then you can slice it up and get that kettle on. And if you want more delicious baking recipes like this, you will love my cookbook Healthy-ish, which you can pre-order now. Enjoy. If you didn't already know that you can make the most decadent and delicious chocolate mousse by blending up silken tofu with chocolate, now you do. For episode 6 of Healthy-ish Holidays, you are getting the quickest and easiest dessert to make that is always my go-to for dinner parties, because you can make it in advance and it's perfect if anyone's vegan or gluten-free. You can play around with flavour additions, but is anything more fitting and festive than chocolate orange? Enjoy, and I'll see you soon for episode 7.